J. Cole finally responded to questions of what made him apologize and where he stands as far as Kendrick and Drake. His official response was something far removed from competitive rap beef and has become a part of a new era of the battle after the battle.
That Drake is 37 years old and he says the N-word 37 times on this track.
Where if competition fails, then memes and moments come in to replace them. And man, did J. Cole add another moment to this historic rap beef. People took to X and other platforms to express how more disappointing Jermaine Cole made this entire situation. Mainly because this is a situation Cole had a portion of his creation, yet showed the bravery and courage ready for a battle. But when it was time for war, the story comes straight from the movie The Wizard of Oz, to be exact. J. Cole has become the Cowardly Lion. When the lion first appears in the movie Wizard of Oz, he terrifies the Tin Man, Scarecrow, and Dorothy.
Put him up, put him up! Which one are you?
He uses antics and a roar to displace the group, unsure of how to move forward. It's not until Dorothy had enough and takes action when the lion grabs her dog and everyone discovers something is missing from the lion.
Shame on you!
What did you do that for?
He lacks courage and is deeply ashamed of his fearfulness, despite his title as the King of the Beasts.
In another hour, I'll be king of the forest. Long live the king!
Please do me a favor, before we get too far in this video, apply pressure to that subscribe button. When you look deeper into the story of J. Cole, you don't only see one of today's rap superstars, but a combination of a new outlook on lyricism with a touch of nostalgia, which would lead one to think he will be inclined to participate in a battle of friendly competition, especially when many times, just as any other rapper, but more so even with Cole, he's lyrically braggadocious. Easy examples could be found anywhere from tracks such as First Person Shooter, which we will talk about in a second, and Johnny P's Caddy. It is beyond clear that Jermaine strives to be the king of the wilderness, and he made us all believers. I mean, we was ready to roll out the red carpet for him. Like the Cowardly Lion, Dorothy and the others knew that he lacked the courage, but since he became so cool, they decided to support him and his goals. He was helpful, so why not? As long as if we respected him as king, if anyone ever tried anything, he'd finally show us these powers that he spoke of. And you know what? The lion, just like Cole, promised him.
Your Majesty, if you were king, you wouldn't be afraid of anything?
Not nobody!
Not to mention, he had some bars too.
Not even a rhinoceros? Impossible.
How about a hippopotamus?
Why, I'd trash him from top to bottom.
But Cole really wanted us to believe this big three theory, king of the wilderness. To prove it, he teamed up with Drake on a track called First Person Shooter. Drake and Cole called all the people to the land to watch an all-out war. Kendrick will respond, letting everyone know he's ready for war as well, calling out Drake and Cole directly by name. Cole would drop 7-minute drill, but the song did not sound the same as others. This was not the usual king. This was not his usual roar. Similar to the lion, once it's evident that Dorothy and the others were not afraid of the Cowardly Lion, he decided to join the group to meet the wizard, where hopefully he can get some courage. Throughout the movie, time again, the lion fails to be courageous, though he declares not only to be a dangerous one, but the king. And when his friend Dorothy is captured, he wants no parts of the rescue mission and only participates from being forced by friends.
I may not come out alive, but I'm going in there. There's only one thing I want you fellas to do. What's that? Talk me out of it.
Well, you have your wish. After J. Cole dropped 7-minute drill, the story goes, a TDE member called J. Cole to warn him of the many dangers ahead. After receiving the call, Jermaine had a choice to make: risk hurting himself in what became a very intricate war, but finally get to show everyone you deserve to be king, or sit this one out and figure out another way to get the people to believe you are the one. And at this moment, J. Cole would become the Cowardly Lion.
And I pray that, I pray that y'all are like, Forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path.
He would leave his friend Drake in the midst of war in what will become a 20v1 where the world would watch his friend collapse.
My real friends are definitely in the building. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to come to a point in life where people you thought were friends or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up, they might try to move funny with you, they might stab you in the back, they might do a lot of things to you. You'll come to that realization, wherever you're at in life, you've probably been there and you'll be there again. That's how life is. But look, sometimes it's you and you alone by yourself. Sometimes it's you alone with your thoughts. Sometimes, you know what?
They tore my legs off and they threw them over there. Then they took my chest out and they threw it over there.
So Cole skipped away, took bike trips around Long Island. But to be king, my friend, you have to fight. But who wants to fight and be king when you can just believe?
I do believe in spooks. I do believe in spooks. I do believe in spooks.
Hey, you can miss me with the sympathy. He said it himself. He's trying to bring back competition.
I'm trying to revive a sport that's dying, but
Okay, but how do we know this? Was Drake wrong if he felt Cole should have joined? Why, absolutely not. The two was seen on stage multiple times, kissing and hugging, especially when his other friends came to the rescue. So why would he not think his friend would come to war after Jermaine spewed such quotes as,
lightning struck, power outage, sparks was flying, the real one's here, the young boy that walked with lions.
And
nerves thinking that you niggas hard as iron, but that just mean I ain't as comfortable as y'all with lying.
After weeks of wondering where the king of the wilderness was, Cole would finally respond on a soulful track called Port Antonio, using a sample from Reasonable Doubt that I'm sure made Dame Dash happy.
Just see me, see if I'm the real deal.
Cole explained his side of the story while making the song cry. Just like the line, he came clean on why he lacked the courage to back his words. If that means I gotta dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm bots just to sway the whole thing on social media competing for your favorable memes. He makes sure we know that he wasn't up for the fight by implying this wasn't a fight he was up to. It's just horrible memes. One could interpret this track as him saying he wants no parts of the verbal destruction that comes along with rap beef, even though he appears to have the courage, bravery, and competitiveness to participate. But he couldn't handle seeing all the blood that comes along with this, almost as if he took this straight from a TikTok meme. He assured everyone not to worry, that he is still king of the wilderness. One part of the track of Port Antonio that made things complex is Cole insinuating that he is trying to separate himself from Drake, which he assured is never the case, and that he's sorry. In this heartfelt track, Cole aimed to gain the heart of hip-hop back on his side by promising everyone who ever doubted that he is still the king, asking if you ever seen a king such as him. To be fair, J. Cole did make 7 Minute Drill, so he did talk back. There is some bravery there. He just has to find it. And at the end of the day, yes, this is a parody because really, we all love J. Cole. He almost kicked Diddy's ass. He's just a cool guy, and it's okay to be a cool guy. But if you want to be king, you have to show us. That's what helped make hip hop what it is today. Not violence, not taking someone else's woman. Well, that too. But at the beginning of hip hop, there was rap beef. It's crazy to note that in the Wizard of Oz movie, the lion went to see the wizard for courage, but realized after dealing with so much turmoil that the courage was already there. He did not see it himself until the wizard gave him a medal.
You are now a member of the Legion of Courage.
Then he discovered all those aggressive things he proclaimed to be capable of were already inside of him. He was just too insecure about upholding an image he created. So he became the Cowardly Lion. Thank you for watching this documentary. And if you really like it, you'll like my other short form and long form documentaries that you can find right here. Well, anyways, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I'll see y'all here next time on Moxy Approved.